rather nearly won them the game several times. Look, it's pretty fiery already. Tis Smosh Pit's consistency we have just not seen in years. And, okay, we're going to game number 2. Small map here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. It will be L5's map pick, which means MV Black will once again have first ban.
And of course, L5, previously some ex-members of TNL, they are the ones who chose the map. MVP Black does have some bad memories on this map, losing to TNL sometimes, even from the very beginning from 2015. Some of Black's members have that memory. So L5 just bringing that right back in after they took the first win of game number 1.
Yeah. There's a lot of memories on this map that are bad for Black, I would say, going back even as far as to BlizzCon, and it's historically one of their weaker ones. L5 gets an edge here, and normally we don't talk about maps too often because every winning team, or rather every losing team, will take first ban. So Black first gave this to L5. This gives L5 an extra edge in this best of 5 mentally because they have this map pick that Black is historically weak on, and they have historically beaten, the ex-TNL members have beaten Black on before. Now, the first pick, Gul'dan, here is really strong. That's why first pick is so valuable. You get that, and you get the next picks and the ban. But L5 gets 2 here in this rotation. They may just take the Malfurion once more.
And also take ETC away, but instead Noblesse just goes into Murden. I felt like ETC was the better choice to also just steal that ETC away from Tisk. Those moshes just look so on point today already.
Now, we're going to see Tychus Ariel. It's a different variation of the Vala Ariel, but very strong here. She's got great wave clear, which is super important on the rotation. So look, with these 3 heroes, Black has prioritized wave clear above all else, and Ariel with Gul'dan is even stronger than Ariel Tychus. Talk about the pairings often with the auto attackers, but with the mage here, it's incredible. You talked about the ETC ban. L5 brings it up right away to stop them from also controlling the early game with CC. And this choice for Black here may just simply be a damage DPS ban.
Yeah, they can just go towards that Sergeant Hammer ban if they want that range to go away, because Sergeant Hammer will be on the bottom lane along with Gul'dan, both having wave clear. Both having so much of a good wave clear will also kind of counteract each other, so they don't want that to happen. But instead, they're just going to ban Falstad.
One of the reasons why Falstad is banned here too is no one really talks about it, but it's definitely been brought up many times, especially in the Korean scene. It also can be somewhat of a soft counter to Aegis, because if you Aegis, say, Tychus in the middle of the fight and a gust goes down, that means when Tychus comes out of the Aegis, he's all alone. So that's one of the scary things. He's also got decent wave clear, but he's a global. Even though this map we don't talk about globals too much.
Yeah, that's also a possibility. And ETC also gone from the map. The Haka is also a possibility, along with Murden, of course. L5 having the sustain with Malfurion. Leeming is still open for that push with Malfurion on the Leeming, Sergeant Hammer, Malfurion. Having those 3 on the bottom lane, you can just counter Gul'dan Ariel so bad. Just have the poke and the big damage.
Well, it still may be that. It's going to be Ragnaros who comes out first. That last pick could be the Hammer. Could also be a Nazebo pick. Don't forget. And this is really interesting. I want to bring something up that
what
I was thinking about this morning. Reset and SC, really the 2 main damage players right now in terms of how the drafting has been working. Asake has been moving away from that. They're both ex-Bruiser players. SC is actually used to play Zeratul, it played as Arthas back in the day, and Reset, of course, a great Zeratul, Thrall, etc. So kind of an interesting storyline that we have between these two, who actually matched up again at the Gold Club World Finals when Reset was on MVP Miracle. But anyway, just wanted to throw that aside out there.
Yeah.
Black is now looking for a tank and a melee, apparently, with the Thrall pickup, and it's going to be Diablo.
I was expecting a Zeratul Diablo to be a little bit surprising pick, but it's going to be Thrall instead to kind of have that front line matchup with Ragnaros, and of course, one of the strongest solo laners on top. So I think they wanted to have Thrall on top for that. Maybe also pair up with Earthquake. I think that's a possibility with APOC from Diablo.
Now, if L5 wants to play the late game here, they lock in Nazebo. If they want to play a more standard game, they want to go toe-to-toe in terms of wave clear and pushing power in the 4-man, they pick Sergeant Hammer. Other alternatives are Sylvanas, who's pretty weak in this situation. I feel like you're just going to get bullied if you choose that.
Or even just throw in the Tyrael at the end, just to go more of a Tempest, just to Have
Yeah.
Leeming and Ragnaros on that Sank just to be alive for a little bit more time will be perfect.
He's got decent poke to help deny the turn-ins of the Web Weavers as well. So I think all three of these options we just listed are definitely viable. What's it going to be, L5? They're up 1 game, and they lock in Alarak. Okay, did not expect this one this time. Black banded out last time. Very strong on this map for the rotations because his telekinesis can help his allies escape, but also, more importantly, help him secure kills. If you telekinesis someone onto that entangling route, it's the combo that Black themselves used in the Season 3 finals of OGN to no avail. They ended up getting crushed in that series, but it's now used against them here in game number 2. Tomb of the Spider Queen, L5, 2-time back-to-back world champions against their rivals, and MVP Black. Only one will take first place here at HGC Korea. Let's go into game number 2 to see if Black can tie it up. In blue, L5, SC on Ragnaros, Nacho Jin on Li Ming, Junga on Alarak, Noblesse on Muradin, and once more, Swoy on Malfurion.
In red, MVP Black, Sake on Gul'dan, Reset on Taiga's Tist on Diablo, Kyocha on Thrall, Merry Day on Ariel.
What a weird world we live in.
Yes, Alarak, Junga chose Alarak for the first time at HGC Korea once, and that was it. Never, but it was banned in game number 1. So MVP Black, of course, having that info, I'm pretty sure they scrimmed before, and having that info, just banning out Alarak seemed like the right choice in game number 2. And they have it for game number 3 too.
That they do. So we finally get to see, I guess, suppose like a more aggressive variation of the matchup between Kyocha and Junga, which has never happened before on these roles in history. So, I mean, these two melees obviously pair up really strongly against each other, and I wonder how it's going to turn out. One thing to keep in mind too, hold that thought as we see nice dodge there on the route by Tist. Actually looked like he was headed back for it first. He's going to try to turn this around. The body block attempt here. Reset not having the grenade to interrupt the door toss, but going back this, we see a block build coming out from Kyocha on Thrall, so a little more conservative. One of the best Thralls in the world. Everyone was saying, in fact, he was the best. He even played in the 2015 finals when everyone was saying that Thrall was not meta. Was Rich. But now Kyocha has huge shoes to fill here, as we're going to see a pick this time onto Noblesse, getting the kill. But it's just weird that we lived in a world where Thrall is being played here by Kyocha in this roster. I mean, that's crazy. If you've been following since the beginning, you know Kyocha's been the player who's like, he's not super high skill cap. He always plays the easy range flex series. He's been criticized by pro players, but now he's the carry melee, you know?
It used to be on lots of the times Avatar, Tassadar. This one of the roles standing on the back line, not really shown in the front line, doing too much damage. But here goes. Kyocha just stepped up within half of a season, and here we are in this weird world where we see this new Black roster. I think it's
way better than it was.
Yes.
Yeah, it's way better than it was BlizzCon and World Championship. Absolutely. Everyone's really in it, it feels like. You know what I mean? Ooh, big pull in
grab,
here.
and Root connected right after that. L5 really pulling that combo, and SCSC gets caught and first one to blow up.
Merida is at full energy non-stop with this Tychus damage, though. So they turned that around with just 2 big burst heals. The third one was available, didn't even need it here. So turning that fight, getting the kill into SC.
If that Alara combo with Malfurion connects with a Ragnar Smash, that will be 2 kills. It's right from the beginning of the team fight.
Yeah, if you blink, you might miss it.
Yeah, if you blink, you may miss it, actually. And L5 really has to pressure hard on that. MVP Black's mission is to stop them. Of course, having Tychus really burst down Noblesse, and he looks like from already he's having some trouble to staying on that front line.
Good call here to tell Kyocha to give him the info that there was going to be an invade. There's a counter invade at the same time, so Black is on point here. Good reaction to the 4-man. The bot lane is going to be the sole lane in this case. Not really a big difference right now, but notice how both top and mid are kind of constantly red side pushed. They're pushed towards the blue side by red because Black has the better wave clear and they're just running circles around L5. They only have a slight lead because of it. but their draft is working as intended currently in terms of wave clear pressuring. And they're always, what L5's trying to do is try to catch Kyocha every time because it's the lane where he's vulnerable. And Tist comes in, goes through the wall here. Noblesse is taking a lot of damage from that cannon tower, and he actually may go down. Looks like he's just barely going to escape here. That was a close call, but that was a heavy, heavy bait by Kyocha. And Tist was there to dash through the wall, get all that CC down. Basically, trying to get the cannon tower a kill. And it almost worked.
Tist is a god today. He's actually a god. He just came in, tanked that damage coming in. His body block his own team to have it safely go back home at the right time. That was actually one of the hardest things to do, actually. And Noble is getting a lot of damage in the front line, as I mentioned before. Taika soaks in so much damage. Anti-tank, so.
Now, if you're watching all the health bars of Black, you want to see like how much damage consistently can Li Ming do to them. Can't she get the kills? And you're wondering why it's not working. You'd probably just be better off, instead of watching the health bar, watch Meryday's hope meter, because it is constantly off the chain with both Gul'dan and Tychus. Ariel's going to have hope almost 24/7. This time she's going to have to use it on herself perhaps here.
There's Tist again just to save him. Let's see if that's enough. It is not enough this time, and Tist will find himself in the danger. It is SCSC getting blown up first.
Oh man, with all the lockdown, Tist is dropping off here, nearly getting the kill on the Noblesse. Jungha gonna have to telekinesis himself away. A big stun there. Nice storm up by Muradin, who's building again to that Q. Will allow the retreat, so it's a 1-for-1 here. Black currently leading 3 kills to 1. Kyocha should be able to get out of here. They're going to try to turn this again once more on the Noblesse. The damage is just more consistent for MVP Black.
It's a lot more, and also it's consistent, but it's so fast it almost feels like a burst going into Noblesse every single time. Well, just props to Tist. He's just everywhere on the map whenever they need him. And having just a Diablo himself, not having Tychus on the other side, I'm okay. I can just take some damage and just safely walk out. I think that's a viable option here.
I would completely agree. I mean, it's working so far. Here's going to be the first Web Weavers. It's going to go to MVP Black. Red side Weaver's going to push. The lane's already slightly pushed in their favor. You can see the solo lane's the one that's least so, because Coach has been really struggling down there. That's part of the reason why L5 is losing, because they committed the resources otherwise to try to punish him there, and we're so far unsuccessful. But this will definitely finish off some some fort walls.
Keep wall already. You're going too fast today.
I'm getting hyped, but I have this mistake sometimes. As I say, keeps.
Everyone does. It's okay. And with these Web Weavers, let's see which lane MVP Black actually tries to focus. Looks like they're just going around all lanes.
It looks like they want to get a pick first, based on how the Tist is moving. And it's not going to happen though for the time being. As bot lane is again the tougher one. It has still full ammo basically, but this mid lane's already gone.
They do have the push with Gul'dan and Ariel. Just so much sustain, so SCSC just pops that Molten Core to defend. And that will be it for the mid lane, the last where we were surviving. And they're actually going all the way to top. They are looking for a pick on Nacho Jin, but he's a little bit too far away.
No surprise that they get both the mid and top walls with this. The lanes were pushed constantly. They're both low on ammo. They have so much C's, as you were mentioning. We're going to see Earthquake actually come out here for Black. Not necessarily what we had to see, but going to help them a lot in terms of that consistent damage. They have burst, sort of, but it's more about that damage that's going to come out from the Gul'dan and the Tychus just slowly over time, to these targets are going to be slowed and trapped.
Yeah, it's also going to help them get connected with the Apox stun onto it, and connected with Curse Odin. I think it's one of the viable options. I think they took it to their advantage, and it's L5. If they hit level 10, they should be the one actually going towards that engage.
Well, they're going to have to hit it first. They're super close here. There it is. This is an opportunity for them. Kyocha is coming in with a body block. Good route there. Does actually get silenced, but he will escape. And look at all the slow, consistent damage coming out for Black here. As we see now a turn here, the Earthquake plus the APOC. We see Odin popped as well. And they're just looking for the burst damage, L5 is, but when they don't get it, the longer the fight goes, it goes towards MVP Black. Dodge here goes off, and Noblesse will get away. Well, this is a huge one. This means another Web Weaver, and 80 gems becomes 50 gems for L5. They were at 80 before, now they've got 50 left. And they may never be able to get a turn, and Aegis actually trying to save Kyocha. He will go down, though.
The smash missed, but enough damage at the end. Great timing coming out for Aegis. SCSC also getting very low. Diablo is Also very low, but Diablo's first one to blow up. Mary Day also finds himself in the trouble, but just strike it away. Resets off position. Let's see if they can actually take down Reset. It looks like they will find both at the same time.
And this is really nice here for L5. They were in super dire straits in terms of gem control and that turn in. This was absolutely necessary. The fight, if you get one pick, is what L5 is looking for, especially on the DPS. If you get one of the DPS picks off, the damage from Black gets halved, obviously, and then you have the reset for Leeming to just do more damage. The reason why Leeming can be used so well as a solo DPS and why she's used so often as such is because her abilities do so much damage, and they have 0 cooldown if you get kills. So she basically becomes 2 damage dealers, 3 damage dealers, 4 damage dealers every time she gets to use her abilities.
That's her potential strength, yes. That is exactly right. And MVP Lag, I gotta give mad props to Tist, as Brawl was caught in that small choke point, and Tist comes in to block Leeming's orbs coming in. He's the one actually taking the damage instead of Brawl, and popping a Apocalypse with Earthquake turned around the team fight. But at the end, L5 does have the better sustain compared to Ario. Ario cannot have that hope when they're running away.
Okay, Smash is available here. This is a dive, a fort dive, in fact, and Kocha, I don't think he's getting out of this one. Reset's trying his best to go for the assist here. Have they dove too far, though? APOC gets pocked. Perfect cleanser onto SC. The Tainment Strike on Noblesse as well, but he is carrying this fight by himself on his back. Big silence comes in. He is going for this Stormbolt on a reset. Looks like he might not even need it. There's a reset here for Nacho Jen already. They're turning around here. And one Detainment Strike is not enough to save Mary Day. And L5 is starting to take this game back. They had a tough early game. They had a tough early game last game as well. Well, I guess mid-game. They had a pretty solid early game, but then the mid-game was tough for them. In the late game, they won. One last team fight that won the game. Just to give a recap if you're tuned in late. But they are starting to take control of this. The fights are going their way. They're getting the picks they're looking for. This is what they need to do with their comp.
This is the pick for sure. I think MVP Black's not super prepared against that Alarak pick. Jonga's making every single skill shot a pick for the team. MVP Black does not, to me, it doesn't feel like they're ready. And that's why they banned it out in game number 1.
I would agree with that. I would also say that they're not respecting the fact that this is a comp that will roam as 5 or often 4 to look for picks, to get resets, to turn fights, and as a result aren't positioning themselves safely enough. Yes, I understand they want to be greedy and soak because they're down, and they're going to be down in talent tier for 16, almost 100%. Now they got Web Weavers against them. But if you have Kyocha that far out, he will get picked by this team that has and is rotating as 5.
And look at the combo, just not enough damage. The Smash will not take him out. So not using the Smash, I think. Great Curse going on to Jonga and SCSC, also off position. APOC does connect. That will be 2 kills going for MVP Black. They're on to the chase. Noblesse also. And just Dwarf tosses away, but that's exactly what MVP Black needed at the moment.
This is a dirty series.
This can go all the way to game number 5. Yeah. I wish it does.
Also, give me just 7 to 9 kills, 16 kills in total this game before 12 minutes. Generally speaking, with the highest of the high-tier Korea teams, you don't even see that many kills, even against weaker teams, because they end the game so fast. But this is just so back and forth, so many kills, so much action. It's dirty. All right.
It's sturdy.
16 is reached now for L5. They're going to look for another pick, and that's what Black just needs to be careful of, is where's this big committed rotation? Where are they looking to get a kill? Who's overextending in lanes? Gocha, get back. Let's just try to soak safely, not greedily. And we'll be able to soak up to 16. No keeps dead.
Yeah, they do only need 3 more gems to actually have that turn-in completed. So they can actually go towards it if they want to go a little bit more aggressive, but they're going to soak for level 16. Just incredible place. All of these teams have patience. They know when to go in, when not to go in, when not to go in, when to go in, when to go in, but like have Mary to yell at you not to go in. Like, yeah, I mean, they know. Well, Mary's like, no, I'm cool down. Yeah, even game. Yeah, just soaking a little bit. They just need a little bit more, and that is their time to go in. They saw it work before, so L5 also has to be careful.
All right, Swoi looking for a flank, actually. Looks like he wanted to try to silence flank. Not going to happen. L5 knows that when Black roams as 5 like this, it's tougher for them to get picks, so they take a more defensive stance now. Look at that. Okay, now they're going to go for the flank, trying to get a cutoff here on Kyocha. That's all they can do is just CC someone to death and blow them up.
Yeah, they hit 16, but Camp is still pushing the bottom lane. L5 just has to stall some time if they actually just want to. MVP Black is the one that has to hurry. And Noblest also half that HP, insta-cleansed.
Yeah, and instant avatar as well. He actually used that super early, and now it looks like Black is just going to wait this out. Again, though, buying time is good for L5, as you mentioned, because of the Merc camp that's pushing bot. The timer is on Black for their keep wall here. They're not going to lose the keep, but they will lose the wall if they do not turn this around soon. Okay, they're going to commit in now, jumping in as 5. Big Aegis used here, and an amazing Horrify! One reset already for Nacho Gem, but I don't know if they're going to be able to win this fight. Ragnaros is dead here. Noblesse is trying to pull his weight right now. And that's one heavy dwarf, but the chase is real. MVP Black does push them away. And it looks like they'll finally get that turn-in they've been looking for. They'll have to go down and stop that bot push. L5, though, goes for the deny. Nachogen using Disintegrate here.
And even Odin is silenced, taking a lot of damage, but just, oh, it is blown out empty. And there goes the reset on Nacho Jin. Diablo getting a little bit too low, and also Noblesse is the one actually lower than Diablo, so has to back out. And Nacho Jin going all in, even Counter-Strike used for the chase, but does not connect.
Noblesse has an understanding of Muradin that no one has ever seen before, no one has ever challenged, and no one has ever touched. Now, do we see Muradin prioritized in the draft that as highly as L5 does in Korea? No. Should it be highly prioritized? Yeah, this player who shows just how to push the limits. I mean, push the limits as far as they go. Absolutely. MVP Black was 3 gems away from a turn-in, and now they may actually lose the next turn-in to L5, which would almost certainly guarantee them the bot keep. Okay, Noblesse again, he is up in and he is looking for some stuns. He has Avatar now, and that's terrifying. Molten Core comes off here. Sake is going down, and now, look at this, gets the stun here, perfect stun. And now, one more, and Nacho Jin is gonna get one more reset. Doesn't even matter, 3 dead. And L5 has almost certainly secured a victory with this, wiping out all but 13 of MVP Black's gems now, and they are just about to get a turn-in. Not before they get this bot keep. And they still have all their forts up. They're very low in top and mid, but they're just so ahead in every way. They're pushing the envelope on level 20 right now. And they're just making this work. They're getting consistent picks because Noblesse is making it happen. He's going in the front lines, doing so much tanking, so much peeling, and then boom, a Storm goes down. Then a Telekinesis, then a Root. The whole while you see Sulfuric Smash coming in, and Li Ming is doing the damage, getting those resets. They make this comp look like a god comp.
And they actually wanted to punish Brawl for turning in the last 3 gems. They wanted to turn in for the last 6-7 minutes, but Diablo dropping almost 50 plus gems on that death was crucial. But L5 hit level 20. Black, for the good news, they've got the Web Weavers for some time, but they still need a lot of time to actually hit level 20. They are barely over 18
They're
right
fighting
now.
without it right now. In fact, look, Noblesse goes in one more time. Good Horrify and good APOC here, but a nice dodge here. SC actually uses his 20 to avoid this. Already they get 1 pick. Kyocha is dead. Sake gets healed here by all that Ariel energy, but Noblesse is not done. Tist is going to die first here. Noblesse is just he's not had enough. He's not satisfied. Sake dodges the Moonfire here.
Jonga wants to steal this kill, and Li Ming could have got the kill, but Jonga actually steals that. Our Observer is like, where do I go? What do I look for? That will be game, guys.
That's game. L5 will win it. Noblesse is just out of this world. The question many were asking, myself included, for tonight is, who's the better tank right now? Is it Tist or is it Noblesse? Noblesse is world champion. Has Tist caught up? He was at the last World Finals. The question is answered so far. The answer is Noblesse is still
Look at him
superior.
standing on top of that core. He is the man, as we see Swoy on the screen. Those Malfurion roots on point every single time. It was insane. Both teamwork on point. What makes the difference? It's a lot more about the front line, Tist versus Noblesse, as you mentioned from the beginning of today.
Look, I feel like Black had arguably the better all-rounded composition.